Hi everyone! Hello, hello, hello. Happy spring! Oh my gosh, we are sewing up a really pretty blouse. Let me show you. This is Simplicity 9287. If you all know Charm Patterns by Gertie, this is a pattern that she designed before she had her own thing going on. There's Gertie right there. And I love the fabric that I picked out for this. Hi Michelle's Crafts and More, glad you're here. Look at how pretty. This is stunning. I got it at a thrift store and I think I got, I might have like 3 yards of it and it's adorable. Can we just talk about the precious little clovers and the, what are these? Thistles? Sweet peas? Whatever they are. I love them. And I love the mustard yellow. So, where are we? I have just attached, so this is the back. We've got 2 darts in the back. And these are the front pieces. It's going to have buttons up the front. So this is right sides together. I just sewed together the shoulder seams. And I'm going to zigzag the edges of these. And then we're going to be attaching the facing. The first time I sewed a blouse and it had a facing and it had inner facing that you had to iron on to the facing, I did not know what was happening. So it's been a little while since I started sewing, not too long though, and I know a little more about it today. So hopefully things will go smoothly and I'll be able to walk you through it a little bit. All right, you may notice I'm in a totally new situation right here. I had to downsize my sewing studio and it was really sad and hard and a lot of work. I had a lot of help, but here's what is amazing. My friends were encouraging me. They were like, you can't give up your space. And so we moved. And so far it's working out pretty well. I kept the same ergonomic setup with the work triangle. And maybe in a little bit I'll give you a brief tour. All right, so I am gonna sew a little zigzag here. I moved my needle over to the right position. As usual, I'm sewing on Dirty Gertie, my vintage singer stylist 457. Let's go. I'm a little stuck. All right. This is a little trickier than it was when I was finishing an edge that had interfacing on it. Come on, girl, you can do it. Oof, this is kind of tricky. Let me hand crank a couple times. I'm just having fabric that's getting caught under here. It's not ideal by any means. All right, there we go. It's kind of horrific, but that'll work for me. Let's get the other one, and then we're gonna pin this interfacing on. Oh my, my, my. So yeah, we are, first day of spring has passed us by, and it's still a little chilly here. I'm on the East Coast, but we're getting there, we're getting there. What am I doing exactly? I'm trying to get my head in the game here. Where's my other thread? It's like hidden down below. That was weird. All right. I'm not back stitching for this because this fabric's really delicate and a little tricky. All right, there we go, friends. We've got our shoulder seams sewn together. Hi, Moto, you got your shout out. Hello, glad you're here. Thanks for watching. This is just my little edge stitch here. If you have a serger, which I do, but it's not quite fully functioning the way I want it to, you could alternatively finish your seams like that. All right, I'm gonna spin you around and I'll give you a little tour on the way. Ta-da! This is my primary machine. we got the ironing pressing station, and then we've got cutting over here, and ta-da, Richard Gere. He has been amazing for sewing stretch knits. He's been really fun. And I'll tell you what, I'm having a lot of fun just bouncing back to wovens again. Mixing it up in the sewing studio. I like it, I like it, I like it. So we are going to be doing right sides together here. So up top is the back, and down here is the front. Oh, the neckline on this is just stunning. Oh my gosh. It's like a sweetheart with, oh man, let me show you the envelope again if folks are just joining in. Look at how pretty this is. This is the one I'm sewing up. Gorgeous. And there's another option. You can have this bow. You can have, these are like kind of like flutter cap sleeves, or you can do a traditional, I don't know if it's a little bit of a puff sleeve. Yeah, very cool. So just double checking instructions over here. This pattern, this Simplicity 9287, it is notated as a beginner, easy to sew pattern, and I agree, it's been a lot of fun. I sewed a toile, and this was kind of crazy. I sized down, so they always talk about how the big four companies have a lot of ease in the modern pattern realm, and I'm used to sewing mostly vintage patterns, so for this one, I measured, my measurements put me at a size 10, and I sewed up a size 4. That's crazy. And I just picked the 4 based on like the finished measurements of the top. And I think it's going to work particularly because this fabric that I'm using, it's got some more give to it than the fabric I'd used for the toile originally. So I think it's going to be amazing. All right, so we are lining up seams and notches and dots, and it might be a little tricky just because the interfaced fabric got 0 stretch, close to it now, and the fabric of the bodice still has some nice fluidity and movement and instability to it. I've got my center back marked here, and I'm not sure I'm doing this quite right. Let's actually start with that. So I'm lining up, this mark here is just for center back. Let's get that pinned. And then let's start working. Yeah, I had a lot of trouble even just sewing on the interfacing. Like the fabric was kind of slipping around and stretching, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I hope this is going to work out okay. So I think we're going to be fine, and I'm just going to do my best. Now this is a little bit concerning though, because it looks like we've got, can you see these triangles need to get lined up? And that is going to also presumably align our seams as well. All right, now when I sew this, let me think if I want to have my fabric on top or if I want to have the interfacing on top. If anyone could chime in the chat and let me know how that goes. There's usually like different suggestions for things to make it easier. I feel like I want interfacing down. Does that seem right? I think I'm going to do that because then my fabric isn't going to get caught up in the feed dogs and stuff. Let's do it like that. So I want this seam to go towards the back, which it is. I'll throw a pin in there. And I'm going to move. This was on the wrong side, so let's move that to the right side and take that other guy out. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Now let's get this next triangle aligned. I always share with you guys how so much of sewing is actually just pinning and ironing. And I know I'm going to be feeling that today during this live stream. That's the usual deal. That is how we roll. Yeah, so there's so much exciting stuff happening. I don't even know where to start, but I will tell you that Shania Twain is having a whole like concert tour this summer, and somebody is going to see Shania Twain. Oh my gosh! And if you all remember, not too long ago, I sewed some Western blouses, and that was also a pattern by Gertie. It's called the, oh, what is it called? All right, so now here's some more dots that need to get lined up, and this is a little tricky. I sewed the, oh my gosh, what is it called? The Patsy blouse. And it was amazing. I had to make a couple of adjustments to it. And oh my gosh, that pattern just fits me like a dream. So one of the ones I sewed up is with this Firefly fabric. It's got like some gold glitter in the fabric. It's adorable. And the blouse is accessorized, or what's the word that we use for that? It's got fringe, you guys. It's got gold fringe on it, okay? It's amazing. And I made that one sleeveless. I've really been enjoying sleeveless tops in my 40s. Feels good to go sleeveless. So, that blouse is a potential outfit for Shania. Because, come on, gold fringe, yeah. That's what we like. And I want to make a matching pair of shorts. Now, I do not have enough fabric to make like an actual full pair of shorts, but what I want to do is I want to get or make a pair of cutoff shorts. And I'm going to put the Firefly fabric on the back pockets of the shorts. And it's going to be amazing, because then you've got a two-piece, and I'm also going to add some gold fringe. Yeah, there's definitely going to be gold fringe on these shorty shorts. And then I'm picturing it with cowboy boots, and yeah, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be great. So that's one possible outfit for the concert. And I'm going to make it like Shania week, okay? We're going to be partying before and after for days and days for this concert. And I just can't wait. I'm so tickled. It's been a long time since I've been to a concert. And oh my gosh, it's going to be stellar. I'm very, very excited about it. Who knows? Maybe this blouse could be a contender if it turns out really cute. Nothing is wrong with yellow, you guys. I really like some yellow. I was talking with somebody who was helping me out with my wheelchair, and she was saying that yellow has been like her happy color since she was a little kid. And I'm like, yeah, it is. It's so joyful and bright. It's like the sun, it's spring, it's Leo, lion, stars. Like there's a lot to it. And it's a powerful color, I think, for your mood. All right, let's pin the rest of this together. And then let's start sewing our facing onto our blouse. Oh my gosh. So you can see that we're lining up these dots, and I've notched out. This has been reinforced here, and I believe, yeah, it's also been reinforced with stitching on the back, because this is going to be a part of the shirt that's going to like fold back over or fold under, I guess you could say. And so you definitely don't want your corners or any of your seams to come out. Hence the reinforcing stitches. All right, this is getting to be a lot of pinning, and I thank you all for being patient. We're getting there. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. Flipping over after you connect, like after you sew on a facing and then you can flip it. It's just like anytime you turn a bag or flip your like it's great. Let me do this because I feel like I'm pulling against the fabric a little bit and maybe stretching it, and I don't want to do that. Am I really lined up here? These, it feels like I'm not. I think I need to go a little bit further back. There we go. I think that's what I needed to do. All right. Now, see, this is like long. This was too long. Oh boy. What's going on here? Like part of me wants to just we definitely need these to be aligned because otherwise we're going to have puckers or problems with alignment. But why is this happening? Like, why aren't we? It was fine on the other side, to the best of my knowledge. We're okay. We can just do it like this. Oh, is this stretching out a little bit more because it's notched? Is that what's happening? I'm not really sure. Oh no, this is not looking good. What's happening? I think you all know that I'm a little bit of a I pay attention to details kind of person. And I definitely want this to be looking the best that it can. And that doesn't necessarily mean cutting the fabric shorter because it's not lining up. But oh my gosh, we're so far off. Like, there wasn't any stay stitching or anything that the pattern asked for, but I'm wondering if it could have been helpful. Maybe that kind of helped a little bit. I was doing that for the, I think I said I'm doing a sleeveless version of this. So I was kind of having trouble. I just had to remark the, actually this is, I think, gonna work. I had to remark the, I can't think of the word. It's not bias tape, but it's the material that like I cut to make the seam, or sorry, to make the arm hole opening cover. I'm not making any sense. I had to remark some fabric, and like it had stretched out so much just from me ironing it that I was like, I had this basically like fabric like this, and I was like pushing it together just like that to try to make it come back to the size that it was originally meant to be. So we kind of just did that over there, and it makes sense that it had stretched out there more because that was like the horizontal part of the fabric, like on the bias, which is the least stable, the stretchiest. All right, we've got like 2 more pins in here, and then we're gonna go back to the machine. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be amazing. So I believe the entire pattern asks for 5/8 inch seam allowance. That's what I've been doing anyway. And we're gonna attach this facing, and oh my gosh, this is gonna be great. All right, so I got my pins in like that. We're gonna start at, wow, this is gonna be a long stitch. We'll see if I have to swap my bobbin thread out. Hopefully not. Let me just actually take a peek. Oh, I never know how much thread to put on these puppies. Oof, I hope that's enough. I think it will be. I might need to wind another bobbin though before this project finishes. Oh my gosh! So I really enjoy, oh, what did I say? I'm doing the interfacing facing down for this. I really enjoy sewing when there's interfacing on the fabric because it just gives a lot better structure. And oh my gosh, I don't want to jinx anything, but I feel like I'm just going to speed right through this enormous seam here to attach the facing. All right, let's go, girls. I've had that song in my head all day because I was trying to get tickets yesterday during the pre-sale, and then that was a little bit finicky, and then finally got them, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to see Shania! All right, I'm still on zigzags. Let's make sure we get back to straight stitch and my needle in the center. I'm gonna do like 12 stitches, 12 or 15 stitches per inch. And let's back stitch over here. Can you, I have trouble with the focus because it likes to look at this thing instead of that thing. That's not bad, huh? Here we go, back stitch, and let's sew the seam. I really am particular about aligning things, but if I want to go fast, I can't be. So, I wonder if I should have my walking foot on for this because fabric is looking kind of, it's okay, we got it. I'm just giving it like a lot of support because see how it's getting wavy up there? We don't want that. We do not want that. No, 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 because that's going to mean that we're unaligned when we get to the top. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. I'm nervous, but that's okay. We can do this. Let's just get everything nice and flat, and I'm not going to go too fast. Okay, that's not bad. Kind of have the same amount of slack as we did before, and there's no puckers. All right, now we're getting a little bit fudged up. I can do it, guys. I can do it. The interface, there's like no way. I wonder if, oops, that was interesting. I wonder if maybe I should have put the interfacing on the top. Or should I put on my walking foot? Or should I just keep going and say, oh, it'll be fine. No one will notice. Maybe I should have started at the collar and worked my way down from each side. That, I actually like that idea. Let me sew up until this. Wait. Until here, perhaps? Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's just do that. And then I'm going to be a little more careful with my life. Oh no, I'm getting so scared that it's going to be off. All right, let me try. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I'm just going to keep telling myself we're going to be fine. Okay, we can do it. We can do it. I feel like I'm painting myself into a corner. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're just rolling here. You guys can't see. We're just rolling with it, and I'm just going to, whatever is extra up there, I'm just going to cut it off. I'm just going to do it like that. It'll be fine, trust me. Okay, we're getting very close now. Oh my gosh, is this going to be okay? Oh, now I'm really nervous because look, that's going to mess that up. Oh, what can I do to salvage this? Oh, what if we go like that? Oh, what do we do here? This is really tricky. It's really hard when you have an interfaced piece and a not interfaced kind of flimsy piece. The struggle is real. Let me see if I can kind of do something like, oh gosh, something like this. Oh boy, this is not what I want. All right, so I feel like I have to back this up a little bit. Here's what I'm gonna do. Back stitching, and I'm ending this. I'm ending this nightmare, and we're gonna start at the neckline and take it from there. And the good thing with flimsy fabric is it's gonna be stretchy. And hopefully very forgiving. All right, but let's take a look here now of how the facing's gonna turn around. It's gonna be like this, and then this is gonna be the front of our blouse. And I'm assuming that we're gonna top stitch the facing down. I don't know. I don't know yet. Okay. Woof! That was nerve-wracking. I was not expecting it to be like that. So let's regroup. And I'm going to, it's a little tricky for me to back you all out and still have room to maneuver the fabric. Let's see if I can do that. All right, so this is sewn up to here. And this, hang on a sec, that's not the sewn side. This is the sewn side, yes? No, it is this side. So now it's looking fine to me, and it's feeling fine. And I'm ripping all my pins out. So we sewed up to here, which is good. That's where we're supposed to, well, we're supposed to pivot there, but I was like, no, abort, abort. And so this is where the collar needs to be. Okay, so yes, this is a little bit, no, I think we can pull it off. Yeah, we can do it. We're gonna be losing some fabric here at the neckline. And so knowing that, I'm gonna have to try to match it on this side. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be impossible. We're gonna probably have a crooked neckline. And I'm betting that the only person that's gonna notice that the neckline is crooked is gonna be yours truly. And maybe I'm gonna be perfectly fine. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to sew towards the side that we already connected at the bottom, which is this side, which is the right, no, yeah, the right side of the blouse. So we are gonna do this back neckline right here, which is perfectly aligned. And I'm gonna kind of just finagle all of this around in a way that hopefully makes it so I don't have to trim the fabric. You're good, you guys can see what I'm doing. How gorgeous is this thrifted fabric? I love it. And I was curious to know, I suspect it might be some kind of rayon. It wrinkles quite a bit. And it's also possible that it's cotton or a cotton blend. But wow, it's really pretty. And I don't know if you can see it from there, but it's got like a, can you see the, what would you call that? The texture to it? The weave has like really pretty detailing on it. All right, so we've got, these are pretty much, I mean, I didn't even hit that where I should have. Okay, I'm just lining up the dots, and I had already trimmed that a little bit. Like, this is all kind of weird. What's happening over here? There. We're just kind of tucked under. All right, so this is the problem area. How are we going to rectify this? We can probably kind of stretch it and just, there's basically, it's like a little bit of ease that needs to try to fit in here, and I think maybe that did it. All right, guys, we're doing it. We are going for it. So once again, 5/8 inch seam allowance. We're going to sew along this curve here, and I'm starting at the back seam. Here we go. It's all gonna be great. Okay. I'm really gonna just try to like push the fabric down so there's no bunching, rolling, or sliding. Just stay there. Stay there. Don't move. Okay, now this needs to come up. I already blew it. Oops. And now I'm not at 5/8 inch. Okay. We're back on track. Okay. That was tricky. Let's keep going. I'm going to take these pins out. Oh, okay. This is not bad. This whole seam allowance is going to get trimmed off. We're going to be just dandy. Look at, we're good. We are good. Okay, here. This is not going to have any wrinkles or puckers. It's not going to have any problems. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Okay, here we go. This needs to just get pulled up again. Very good. Very good. Very, very. Oh, wait. It's okay. As long as this, where the seam is, doesn't have wrinkles, I can kind of do weird stuff on the edges of it. Yeah, let's do weird stuff. Okay. Oh, this is the hardest part, I think. Oh my gosh, this is really tricky. All right. I wish I had 5 more fingers on a third hand. Okay. Yeah, this is not looking so hot. I don't know why I thought I could pull this off. Okay, wait. What if I just go like that and that? Yeah. Okay, we can do this. We can do it. Okay. There. Oh my gosh, we're good. We are good. Oh my gosh. Wow. Nailed it. Oh, yes. All right, so one side is done. For the other side, we are definitely starting at the center back of the collar because I feel like that gave me a lot more confidence. I hope it came out okay. Should we flip it now and take a peek, or should we do the other side? Let's give a little sneak peek. Okay. All right, flipperoo. Oh, well, I forgot to sew a whole part right here. Let's bring it back over and finish up this. How is this gonna go? Fine and dandy. Let's just say that. Oh, that's not bad. We're just gonna be misaligned, and that way we're not gonna have any, we're not aligning our edges of our fabric, which is like sewing 101. We're just gonna wing it. Guys, sewing is like one of my favorite things. I told someone yesterday, I said, like, I love laughing, and it's true. I said, I probably like laughing more than I like sewing. But I was like, come on, sewing is like, it is fun. It is such a fun hobby, and I don't know if everyone here sews or if maybe you're thinking of starting. Like, it is just really a miraculous thing for your mind, for your brain, for your wardrobe if you sew garments. Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, we're just doing it. Oh my gosh, and now I have interfacing on top, which is the opposite of what I was doing before. It's actually a good test. Maybe I'll sew the other side with interfacing on top. So I'm aligning the fabric rather than the interfacing. All right, let me not pull this. Oh God, are we gonna have a big lump Oh, this is not gonna work, gang. No, I think we're good. Cross your fingers, please. Oh my gosh, did this work? We definitely need to take a peek now. I can't believe I didn't sew that up before. I can believe it. All right. Your fingers are crossed, yes? Thank you. Keep them crossed, keep them crossed. All right. So we have, there's some pins in here still. This is going to be trimmed and flipped out. That looks pretty good. And oh my gosh, this is where, so I mentioned at the beginning, the blouse is going to have, I believe it's 7 buttons up the front. So the interfacing is there to give structure and support for the buttons and for the collar stand. Sorry, there's no collar on this. There's no collar stand. That was a misstatement. All right, look at. This is the part that I kind of struggled with. Now, what are we thinking? It might not be too bad. This is definitely going to need a press. Okay, here's the problem area. So what's going on here? First of all, we've got a corner that we're turning. So this will be helped, like once we trim the seam allowances and fold the facing over, it'll be better. But this pucker here, I don't know if I need to redo this. I might. I should get a round of applause for that. That was hard. That was much harder than I thought it was going to be. This is the part that's like, here, let me show you this better. So this will be the buttons, and then this is the part of the neck that, you know, collarbone's there. And then this is going to be the part behind the neck. So, yeah, we might have a little crease there. And if we do, we do. Let's get the other one sewn up. And I'm going to use my brain and learn from all the mistakes I made with the first one. Starting at the center and, gosh. It's like basically I'm just trying to sew together things that are different shapes and sizes because I couldn't help it. Fabric stretched out. And maybe I should have stretched out the fabric before I sewed on the interfacing. What would that have been like? All right, another thing, I just realized that for some reason these pins are on the bottom. They should not be on that side. Let's flip these. Here, I'm gonna just actually add pins where I want them and then take out the other ones. And we're starting, oh, this is center back, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm a little nervous. I'm real nervous about this. The interfacing is maybe what I should be aligning. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay to be nervous and you can just let it go. It's gonna be a surprise. All right. I think we'll be pleasantly surprised personally. It's usually how it goes. I'm like, oh no, disaster. And then afterwards I'm like, oh my gosh, look at what I just created. It's very fun. All right, let's get this going. Back stitch a little bit. Okay, get these threads out of here. Don't want to get stuck on anything. All right, now I'm sewing with interfacing on top, and I really hope that my fabric isn't going to get wrinkled. We're just going to like really push it down and kind of sandwich it between the interfacing and the machine and not let it stretch. I'm stuck on a thread, aren't I? Yep. How do I get that out of there is the question. Let's see if that'll do it. Yeah, this is not helping my cause at all. Let me, oh, here it is. Got it. Gotcha. All right, let's go. Just kind of feeling to see if things, oh, and this, okay, so this bottom down here, I want to be facing towards the back. Shoulder seams should face toward the back. Is there a pin there? Yes. Let's get that out. Okay. It feels like this is going better, but we're not at the hard part yet. Oh my gosh. All right. It's helpful if you, like, I love this machine because it's, what is this? It's inset into the table, into the sewing cabinet. And it helps with the, just feeding the fabric through a little bit better. Like, you don't really want your kind of unstable material to be hanging off your table and pulling and stretching. So I'm trying to avoid that. And it's going pretty well. This actually is going to be great. Let's keep going. I'm going to this little dot here. I'm going to hand crank so we're just really nicely centered over that. A lot of times when I'm just looking from my angle, I don't go quite far enough. And I feel like I have not yet mastered that, gauging the distance. Maybe it's just like a perception thing from where I'm seated. I don't know. Oh, this is going great. Look at, this is like really better. This is so much better than the first. Okay, let's go. So many pins. Oof. Okay. Ooh, I see what's gonna happen. All right, we're good. So this does feel like that's a little lower than I want it to be. So let's just do that. Nice save. We're stitching to here. And then let's see if I went the right distance. Nope. I'm gonna go one or two more like I always end up doing. And then there's our 5/8 inch seam allowance on the other side. Okay, nice. Take a look, see that we look pretty good, good. This is so easy now. Is this going to be all right? Yes. Okay. So yeah, let's just say a little pro tip when you're sewing flimsy fabric with an interfaced facing. Start at the center back and then work your way down. Because notches and pivots and things like that are tricky. All right, yay! Oh, this is great. I've been going at it for 45 minutes and I never get as far as I think I'm gonna get. Whoops, I didn't cut my thread. We're still anchored. There we go. I'm gonna do some flipping out of the facing and then we'll take a look at what comes next. Get rid of these pins. There's a million of them. No, there's only 3 left. That's not so bad. Next, here's what we just finished up. Ta-da! We get to turn the page and take a look. All right, we are going to understitch the facing as far as possible. Understitch the facing as far as possible. This is after well, see, then it says turn the facings to the inside, press, and we're going to tack it into the seams. Okay. Understitch facing as far as, I'm just trying to figure out in my mind what they're trying to get me to do. They want me to understitch. So basically that is to attach the, here, hang on. Sorry for the rustling and the moving. Understitch is open out facing or underside of garment, stitch to seam allowance, close to seam. So what that would look like for this project is, let's start at the bottom here. This is what we just sewed on. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do, we want the seam allowance to, all right, this is gonna be flipped under here. So we wanna sew the facing to the seam allowance here. And that is going to make it so like when it folds under, you're not, first of all, you're not going to see a second seam up there, but it's going to make it all fold together. Whereas if you didn't understitch, it would just be kind of like flopping around. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to just leave it open the way that it is folding right now. And we're going to stitch here. It's our understitch. And my friends, I'm sorry to say that this is going to take some more pinning and some more energy than what I have. So I'm going to say goodnight. And here's how far we got. Let's give it a try on. We don't have side seams and we don't have buttons, but we have a facing. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. I'm really excited about this blouse. Let's flip it under, flip it under. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna do some understitch. I'm gonna trim some seam allowance, and yeah, Shania is gonna be like, look at this girl in the audience in the yellow top. I want to ride horses with her. Happy spring, everybody. Happy sewing, happy creating, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.